So, hey Tulka, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us this Friday afternoon. How are you doing today?
Oh, thank you to having me here in the meeting. It's so nice to meet you, Sachin.
Thanks,
I'm
thanks,
good.
Tulka. So, Tulka, I know that Unitel is in the leadership position in the Mongolia market, but how do you guys define your business? Tell us a little bit about Unitel.
Okay, so as you know, Unitel is doing business since 2006. It's almost 15 years. So, by the way, we have this year our 15th anniversary in June. And last 2 years, so after we becoming the market leader in ICT industry, so we defined a new mission or vision to become the digital service provider, to transform our business to digital. And that's mean that last 2 or 3 years we are more focusing how to diversify the traditional the telco business portfolio lines to the digital services. So this is a kind of challenging thing, but it's also very from the management or the employees perspective or the market and customers is a totally new and very interesting the environment, how we can transform the business. So in that also the MAO is playing the also very key role because the meaning of the digital transformation is always about the caring about our customers and providing them the perfect or nearly perfect digital services what they requires.
It's an honor because seldom you see a traditional vertical, and when I'm saying traditional, and that's in a very new sense, traditional, a telco taking up a OTT position and an app provider position and a distribution of media position, and I think that speaks tons about the agility of Unitel. And congratulations to you and your management for being so agile and being able to listen and serve the consumer.
Yes, actually, it did. Yeah, Unitel is very agile company, so always we define that our identity is agility. So the company employees is average age is 28. So very fast moving, dynamic, and growing company, and also uh, top of that, just decisions is made also very fast. And I think that you and your company is aware of that. Unitel is working very fast, and thank you for supporting Unitel business on that.
Perfect. So, Durga, word over, I think first of all, the pandemic forced us to think differently, right? All the leaders, they were pushed to, think differently. But as things stabilize, some of these strategies have become long term, what we call as new normal. So, can you tell me a few things that the pandemic really changed for Unitel in the long run?
Yeah. For example, the traditional the whole the renting big office spaces and working together, and there's a lot of these meetings, sitting in the meeting room. So that's the totally changed. And uh, the from the my perspective, this pandemic situation is pushing us to change the way how we do the business or how we work. So we should be more specific, more precise, and more clear when we define something and when we talk about something. So this is a challenge that we are not meeting face to face at the first maybe period, several months, but now we are adapted, and to understand each other remotely or or online is a kind of the big changes, and requires that from the employees the challenging the how they the work, the way how we work. So this is a uh, how is happening, what is happening in the company from the employee perspective. From the customer perspective, so as we are the the ICT group company in the market, and almost 70% of the total internet traffic is going through our network in Mongolia. So the huge, increase of this data traffic and a lot of, expansion and investment on that, the system and platform. But other hand, so this is a company's opportunity. We see it, yeah. So people more like using the technology, and this is made even the faster to the transformation to the digital services. So that's the one way is a lot of investment, but other hand is a good opportunity to the fast move forward in terms of the digital services.
Sure. Let's talk a little bit about Unitel's journey with the Mayo. I know that it's now about 3 years since Ameo and Unitel have been working together. How did this come about, Tulga? I remember personally that there was an inbound inquiry from a telco coming in from Mongolia, and straight away our business team then called, and I think within 2-3 weeks we landed in Mongolia to meet you guys. But tell me, where all is Ameo used? What prompted you to change your technology? What were the initial use cases that you had in mind?
Yeah, I still remember when first you and Mr. Deepak met in Mongolia. So unknown, the Indian company come and introduce the services, but the way how you introduce it and the promise it to Unitel was the very kind of I how to say very new or innovative way. So and just deployment, this all the commercial things is done a very short period. But still today, after more than 2 years, I'm just very happy that you keep your promise, and there's still between us is a big trust each other. And whenever we just talk about some of the expansions or some improvements or some the increasing of some of the efficiency or productivity, so MEO just comes to Unitel very professional way, and also keep our speed, and we just grow together. So, and especially in the COVID time, so that's the bring us the significant benefits or value. When before that, all the call centers and branches worked at the office. So, but during the COVID time, there's more than 200, 300 people just at home, taking the customers feedback and requests. So that's the how they immediately after the deploying the MEOS solution helped Unitel to provide service online and remotely.
So I know that from a module standpoint, there's self-service, there's voice, there's ticketing. But from a use case standpoint, where all is Ameo used today? Is it from sales, collection, service, everything? What are the specific business functions which rely on Ameo today?
Yeah, you're right. So I'm just we are just trying to use the Ameo solution to provide the end-to-end customer services, from the first inbound touch or first outbound touch until the customer completely receive or resolve the issues or requests. And that this year we are just adding the key module, which is ticketing system. So this is we see that very important to have from the first touch until they resolve all the tickets that the customer requested. So that will be the MEO usage will be expanded more on the this ticketing part. And also there's also in the media business, we are providing the IPTV or OTT solutions to our customers to resolve their requests and queries. We need interact with them as a face to face, like a face to face. Therefore, I'm just this year's we are trying to expand by another models, video calling, and provide the customers better services.
Yeah, I think I can now mention it that when we launched Fusion in the market, I remember that the discussion on IVR, especially with your very, very enterprising team on the development side, you had a vision of deflecting a lot of calls that were reaching to the agents to be served within the IVR. Can you share some of the real impact in terms of numbers, percentage of calls, or percentage of agent time that we were able to reduce with the deployment?
Yeah, I can I just following the 2 or 3 the major metrics on this part. So since deploying the MEOS solution, so IVR interaction increased almost 20%. So which means that just taking from this physical costly agents and to the self-services, this is a immediate impact after deploying the MEOS solution. And also the way how we the configure the IVR system is very smooth and drag and drop thing. So even without the involving the IT or engineers, so our contact center agents or CRM stuff can change dynamically those IVR trees and ways how they wants to interact with the customer. So this is a 2 or 3 things that immediately they bring value to the Unitel business.
Awesome.
Customer service.
Awesome.
This define the starting point. So that's the very important concept, and that's clearly declare or define that your this platform or your solution can go much more further and far. Yeah? So thank you for that.
No, thank you, and thank you for the trust that Unitel and you guys have shown on Ameo. We really cherish this relationship and hope that we can continue to add value to you guys, Tulga.
Thank you for your support and cooperation